Welcome to the deep dive.
Okay, today we're plunging into the world of premium collectibles. Specifically, we're looking at a really anticipated accessory for, well, one of the most iconic mobile suits out there, the Metal Build Hyper Mega Launcher Option Set.
Yes.
If you're a collector of the Metal Build MSZ-006 Zeta Gundam figure, this isn't just some extra piece. It's kind of the item that really completes its legendary arsenal, brings that machine to its full glory.
What's fascinating here, I think, is how these accessory releases, they're so detailed, they really go beyond just being add-ons. They don't just equip the figure, they genuinely complete the story, the combat potential of the mobile suit itself. And that offers a level of authenticity, display dynamism that collectors, especially dedicated ones, really value. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's unpack the core details of this specific set then. We're talking about the Metal Build Hyper Mega Launcher Option Set.
Yeah.
Its main purpose, what it's really designed for, is to be an exclusive armament set. And it's specifically for the Metal Build MSZ-006 Zeta Gundam figure, which, and this is important, is sold separately. Always got to remember that.
Definitely sold separately. And that exclusive status you mentioned, that's a really key detail. This is a premium Bandai online store exclusive. So that means its main distribution channels are the Tamashii web shop in Japan and P Bandai USA for those of you in the States. It's generally not something you'll just find sitting on store shelves. It's more of a targeted purchase for fans.
Right. So for those of you planning your collection strategy, let's talk practical stuff.
Yeah.
Price and release. This set is priced at $9,900 JPY. That translates roughly to about $100 USD.
Right.
As for when you can actually get your hands on it, the release is planned for October 2025 in Japan, and that's followed by November 2025 for the USA. It's part of the classic Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam series, naturally fitting right into the Metal Build line. And when we talk size, this launcher is, well, substantial. It measures approximately 300 millimeters. That's about 11.8 inches in length.
Wow.
Which is nearly the height of the Zeta Gundam mobile suit itself. It gives you a real visual of just how imposing it is. So if you were already worried about shelf space, yeah, this isn't going to make things any easier.
No, definitely not. Moving to the engineering side of things, the main construction material here is ABS plastic. Now, this isn't just, a cost thing. It's actually a very clever engineering choice. While a lot of metal build figures have that significant die-cast metal content, using lighter plastic here stops excessive stress on the Zeta Gundam's joints. Those joints are already pretty complex, so this guarantees stability and allows for, well, a much wider range of dynamic posing without worrying about sag or damage over time.
That makes sense.
It really highlights that balance in premium collectibles, right? Between the detailed sculpts, the metal feel, and the practical side of display and joint integrity.
What really impresses me about this weapon's design, though, is just the functionality and versatility. I mean, this isn't just a static brick. It includes deployable mechanisms, parts that actually alter its form. Plus, it has an additional subgrip, so your figure can wield the launcher with both hands. That allows for much more stable and, frankly, cooler-looking firing stances.
Yeah. Those two-handed poses are always great.
And they seem to have thought of everything. The set includes all the necessary bits for attachment, not just in mobile suit mode, but also in its iconic Wave Rider mode.
It's exactly those kinds of thoughtful design elements that really elevate a collectible, From just a static piece to something that feels, well, alive, offers real posing options. It shows they really understand what fans want from these high-end figures.
Yeah, so, okay, we've covered purpose, engineering. What exactly do you get when you finally open the box? The set contents are pretty comprehensive. You get the Hyper Mega Launcher main body itself, obviously. Then there's a dedicated support part set specifically for Wave Rider mode.
Right, for stability in that form.
Exactly. An auxiliary support piece for just rock-solid posing in general, and a set of joint parts to make sure it integrates perfectly with the Zeta figure. They've genuinely considered every angle for display.
Absolutely. And, to fully appreciate this Hyper Mega Launcher, we really need to put it in context. The context of the MSZ-006 Zeta Gundam itself. This was a transformable prototype assault mobile suit developed by Anaheim Electronics for the AEUG, the Anti-Earth Union Group. This is all happening during the GRIPS conflict, which took place in Universal Century 006 0087, a really pivotal time in the main Gundam timeline.
Yeah, foundational stuff.
And what's also unique is that the original concept was apparently conceived by its pilot, Camille Beaton.
And its design was just revolutionary for its time, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It featured that groundbreaking movable frame structure. That's what allowed the complete transformation into Wave Rider mode, giving it that incredible high-speed flight capability, both in atmosphere and space. And then there was the biosensor.
The biosensor.
That man-machine interface, connecting the pilot's thoughts directly to the suit's systems. That was really cutting-edge stuff back then, hinting at that deeper connection between pilot and machine.
Precisely. And when you talk about pure firepower, the FXA-03M2 Hyper Mega Launcher, that is the Zeta Gundam's absolute most devastating weapon. If we connect this to the bigger picture, mobile suit combat during that era, this isn't just a big gun. It's basically a battleship-class particle cannon. It's even got its own internal thermonuclear reactor.
Its own reactor.
Yeah, giving it an output of 8.3 megawatts. Now compare that to the Zeta's standard beam rifle, which is 5.7 megawatts.
Big difference.
Huge difference. And the fact that it has its own power source means it operates without draining the mobile suit's own energy reserves. That's a massive tactical advantage.
That's a really good point. Sustained firepower.
Exactly.
And what's even more surprising, based on the info, it's not just for long-range shelling. Apparently, its barrel can generate a beam blade. So it functions like an oversized beam saber for close combat.
Right. Talk about versatility.
It really is kind of a marvel of fictional engineering when you think about the detail they put into it, down to the power source. Makes you wonder how much inspiration real tech takes sometimes.
It definitely adds this incredible, almost counterintuitive close-range option to what you'd think is just a long-range weapon. Makes the Zeta even more adaptable, more formidable.
So, okay, boiling it all down, what does this all mean for you, the collector, the fan? This metal build hyper mega launcher option set, it genuinely is a fantastic addition. It completely rounds out that iconic look, the full combat ability of the metal build Zeta Gundam. It takes it from an already great figure to, well, a truly definitive representation of one of Gundam's most beloved suits. It's about completing that picture.
Yeah, it really pushes things for collectors. And it does raise an interesting question, doesn't it? What does this continuous release of super detailed, very specific accessory sets like this Hyper Mega Launcher, what does it mean for the future of collectible lines, in terms of scale, ambition, and that drive for complete, absolute representation?
That's something to think about. Before you go, we definitely encourage you to subscribe to the channel. That way you can catch all our deep dives into the Gundam universe and everything else we cover.
And just a quick note, this deep dive was actually generated using AI, specifically Gemini. So if you happen to spot any errors in the audio, anything that sounds off, please do let us know down in the comments. We'll do our best to make the necessary changes.